Hi everyone, Cendril here, and welcome back to Breath of Fire 4, as we are here in Windia. Amazing, no? What the difference wings and gills make, yes? Still, whether you live in the air or fly in the sea or fly in the air, business is business, eh? Alright, there is a fish shop here. We could get a gold top, wobbler, flat top, hanger. These are actually really good lures. I don't remember if they're the top tier lures, but they're up there. These are really good lures. Toe, tail, there's a bamboo rod, which is better than the wood rod that you have, and Orm for Man of Wars. So if you've been doing a lot of fishing like I normally would, you can get some lures here and a better rod. Say Princess Alina went to Sinesta. Yeah, they did. Heard that Princess Alina's disappeared. Sure hope she's alright. See, the people here care. They care about their princess. Welcome to Windia, stranger. This is my house. It's also an inn. Excuse me, so drop by if you need a place to stay. Alright, sorry about the cut there. Controller died again. I would like to show a few things off here in Windia. We lost everything. Chopsticks, spoons, forks, toothpicks, even our straws. I want to eat now. Wait, what you're carrying there? Is that a spoon? Would you be willing to give it to me? I'll give you 8 pieces of arm for it. Sure. Thank you so much. Now the young master will be able to eat again. And we get 8 pieces of arm, which I'm happy about. Yeah, because they lost everything. And after I went to all the trouble to hide the silverware, too. There's a few swallow eyes there. So an interesting thing you could do with silverware that you get. There's a book titled Using Silverware. I taught my boy to have proper manners. He won't touch his food with his hands. Ever. And that is why they have to have silverware and stuff. Okay. Didn't mean to go back in there. Sorry. We're gonna check out the windmill here. Hey! Look who it is! You know, I was thinking, what am I doing here? How did I get here? Last thing I remember, I was working on something in my room, then there was this big explosion. Oh well, I guess it's not that important. Hey, would you be interested in hearing some of my stories? Yeah, sure, why not? Thanks, that's really nice of you. You might not know it by looking at me, but I've traveled around a lot. And I've picked up a lot of interesting stories here and there. Here, I'll teach you something I learned. I forget where, but anyway, I'll show you how to use drowse. It'll help you relax. Drowse makes it to where if you're in the back row, you fall asleep. Not great, honestly, but there's something I really like about Momo from Breath of Fire 3. Yep, she's here, and she's a master. There's something I really like about Momo, and why Ryu is going to apprentice under her. She gives plus 8 HP, which I know may not seem like a lot. But there's no downside to Momo. Other than if you're in the back row, you're going to be asleep, but Ryu's probably never going to be in the back row. 8 HP. That's it. No downside. Now, I know it's just HP. It's not attack power. It's not defense. It's not anything like that. But it'll give Ryu even more HP for his dragon breaths when he eventually gets them. Yeah. Yeah, we've seen how that works with Vaolu. The more HP Vaolu has, the more damage he gets out of it. Here we go. And there's, again, no downside.
I love having Ryu apprentice under Momo. It's not overwhelming. It's just HP. I get that. But Ryu is a balanced character anyway, and a really good character on his own. Why take some minuses? To me, I just like the way Ryu grows naturally. And then we just give him more HP. Always a big fan of Momo. Come back and see me again when you got the time. I'll tell you about some other things I know. Bye! Now, what does that mean? Okay, here's how you learn Momo's moves. It is flat out based on playtime. No, I'm not joking. The longer you play the game, the more moves you can learn from Momo. The first thing you move is at, I think it's around 20 hours of game time. You see, I have 12. Almost 13. Because I know the game really well, unless I do a lot of, like, fishing off-screen, which I don't have a ton of time for. Unless I'm doing that, I'm probably not going to learn too much from Momo. But I just like her. One, it's Momo, which is awesome, and two, having the plus HP. I'm a big fan of that. Oh, up we go. Have you heard about how one of the princesses is missing? Some people say she didn't want to get married to the Prince of Ludia and ran off. Okay. Please use this lift to get to the castle. Say it's okay for travelers like me to go inside. It's okay even for travelers like me to go inside the castle. Guess that means the king's a pretty friendly fellow. Yeah, I can see that. Where is... I know there's a shop. Is it inside the castle? Let's go to the castle. Speaking of castle, this is gonna be fun. What am I gonna buy? Quite a view, isn't it? If you're lucky, you might even see the wind dragon flying from here. Oh, that'd be nice, considering we're kind of looking for that. There's a ring of wind here. Ring of Wind. Wearer's HP is restored by wind attacks. This is a step up from the wards, which increase your resistance. The Ring of Wind will flat out give you HP back. You'll absorb damage. If you know you're going to face a lot of wind things, it's very useful. Alright. That way, let's go over here. I'm sorry, but ordinary citizens are now allowed past this point. Well, we have more than just ordinary citizens in our party now, don't we? We'll get to that in a minute. Again, I'm looking for the weapon shop, which may be back in town, but I'm pretty sure I checked all the town. No one can pass this point without permission from the king, so not even Nina could get us past there. More on that later. Has to be back in town. Alright. Sorry. I don't remember the layout of Windia very well. Let's go back down. And let's take a look. Talked with you. It's just a house. Anything here? Hey, eye drops. Wendy and women sure are pretty, ain't they? My wife was pretty in her day, too. I'm sure she's still lovely. No, that's the rich house. I know there's a shop here. Just... Maybe it's with the inn. That'd be a good bet. Let's try that. Never mind. Nothing here. Stairs, maybe? You. Okay, not you. You. Right now, I'm a traveling merchant. One of these days, I'm gonna have my own weapon store, and a big one, too. This guy has upgraded equipment. Bastard Sword, a true warrior's weapon. Much stronger than Ryu's, so we're picking this up. Yep. Equip that. Wand of Air, which gives Nina more attack power, and it also has the same effect as Seaver if you use it as an item. I should be trading so I can save myself a little bit of money. A heavy blunt weapon, a better weapon for Cray. Biter. This is better than the Zhangdo. Plus 3% chance to critical hit, and it gives that plus 1 hit and more damage. I'm trying to remember if the Zhangdo has a special effect on it. Nope. We can trade it in. Let's do that. Give him the biter. Okay, scale mail. Mage robes. Slight resistance versus magic attacks, which is nice. Party dress. So here's the difference. Party dress gives more defense. But Mage's robes, while it gives less defense, also gives you slight resistance against magic attacks. I don't remember exactly how much the resistance is. Long boots can replace face guards. Just barely, though. If you don't have the money, I suggest just upgrading the weapons. That should be your priority. And then buy the other things as you can. With the rest of my money, I'm going to buy Mage's robes for Nina. And we're going to go with that. But now's a great time to upgrade from the Moon Sword if you've been holding on to it like I have. And you see, it served us for quite a while. Alright. Now, they say ordinary citizens can't go past this point. Well, what if we just happen to have, if I'll press the right button, the Princess of Windia with us. Ordinary citizens are not... Huh? Princess Nina! Welcome home, Princess! Everyone's been worried about you. That's right, get out the way. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what status can give you. Audience's King's audience chamber, please withdraw. It's Princess Nina. Go on in, Princess. You can see the king anytime. Of course she can. I didn't know what to think when I received word from Ludia that you'd been captured. What was I supposed to think? My daughter goes out in search of her missing sister, only to be caught trespassing in enemy territory. How did this happen? I beg your forgiveness, Majesty. It's all my fault. If it hadn't been for me. Enough. What's done is done. Regardless of what happened, I owe you my thanks, Chief Cray. As you probably discovered for yourself, our neighbor and supposed ally, Ludia, is more worried about their relations with the Empire than in helping me search for my daughter. Which would make me upset. However, in spite of all obstacles, not the least of which being your responsibilities as leader of the Warren Nation, you chose to search for her yourself. Not many other men could do what you did. And I agree wholeheartedly with that. What do you intend to do now? Sooner or later, the Ludians are bound to discover you're here. We will, of course, do everything we can to protect you.
Father, there's something we'd like to do while there's still time, before the Ludians come. We want to meet with the Wind Dragon. We have questions that only he can answer.
Pyongyang, the Wind Dragon. Patron god and protector of our people.
Yes, we need to speak with him.
Or is it her?
We need to speak with Pyongyang. Only he can tell us what we need to know about the dragons.
I see, but even though I'm king of Windia, I have no control over the dragon. You know that. We believe that if the dragon can tell us what the Empire is searching for, then we might be able to think of some way to stop them. I see. Very well. Go to the woods east of here. There, you'll find the Oracle of Wind, a priestess who serves the Wind Dragon. I shall inform her you are coming. Rest tonight. You can begin your journey in the morning. Oracle lives in the forest to the east of Windia. Don't worry, should the Ludians inquire about you, we'll think of something to distract them. Good to have family. And Windia is not exactly the easiest place to take. By the way, in the king's bedroom, you get a fat frog. King likes to fish. That's cool. Okay, there are a couple of other places we can loot here. There's a soul gem. Well, not loot. Wisdom fruit.
Does this mean Princess Alina isn't coming back?
Well, we'll have to see about that. But we'll do everything we can. And I really like how the king, thanks Cray for putting, he has so many responsibilities, but he went searching for himself. And he respects that. And I really like the King of Windia for that. Okay. Nothing to report. Princess Alina is engaged to marry the Prince of Ludia. Princess Nina is next in line to the throne. Which should I choose? A love that is wrong, or a love that cannot be? Poor guy. This is the dungeon. Not much interest here to see. Which is true. Okay, now we just leave. And we have our next destination. We will be heading to the woods. Forget what the name of the woods are, but they're the woods to the east. They have a different name. Great. So yeah, a great king of Windia. And that will lead to that path over here. It's the Cask Woods. Let's get into a fight. I think there's some new enemies here. No, not here. And because I'm gonna raise the raise, yes, because Ray's dead. Revive one target with 1/4 HP, but it can fail. Ray's dead is not guaranteed. We'll use Cyclone. Combine it with Ice Blast. Ah, it didn't combine. That's a shame. Because I'm just gonna rest when we get there anyway. We'll rest, and then I'll also end the episode here pretty soon, since I had to cut the episode a few places because my controller doesn't want to work right today. We'll As that I'll end the episode here pretty quick, and then next time we will head into the woods. Oh, this thing. Yeah, I think you have the move. Well, not a move that I necessarily want, but a move that I will like to take. Last Resort. Last Resort's a very interesting move. Sias learned Last Resort. Flare, flare. You may be now asking, okay, what's this Last Resort do? Last Resort converts defense to power, but your defense equals 0 after that. So basically, it'll take your entire defensive stat and throw it into power. So you will hit like a truck. But then your defense is 0, which means you're taking all the damage. So that's why it's called Last Resort. So now, this enemy has no defense. But it's going to hit really hard. Cyclone! Now it's for physical attacks because that's defense. Go! And it's dead before it gets to go. Because if it gets to go, it's going to do a lot of damage. Hey, Cray leveled up. Level 16, 61 HP, 7 power, 5 defense, 2 agility, 1 wisdom. So there you go. A very interesting move to have. And if you're willing to risk it, because it's a last resort type move, you can do a lot of damage with it. We shall rest. Okay, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you had a lot of fun. We got to see Momo, which was cool. We got to meet the King of Windia. We got to see, for once, Nina get to use her status in a Breath of Fire game. Like, it always annoys me. Not always, you know, it always just, and not annoys too strong of a word, but, you know, it's always just like, she's a princess, but never gets to use that to her advantage most of the time. I mean, she is a princess. Of a kingdom. that should count for something. And here it actually gets to count for something. You have all the people freak out, like, oh man, it's the princess. And the guards get out of the way. Sorry. She gets to use her status a little bit, which I like that, because I like Nina. So it's good that she gets to do that for once. Next time, Cask Woods. Until then, I'm Cendril 89. Remember to shoot for the stars and take care, everyone.